welcome back to another video of Rocket Boy Reviews. Today I'm in my first Hellcat powered, vehicle that turns out to be a Jeep Trackhawk, also known as the fastest accelerating, to my knowledge, fastest accelerating SUV that money can buy right now. This is going to be a lot of fun. So what I have here is a 2020 Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk, and as I said, also known as the fastest accelerating SUV that you can buy right now. I believe it's something like it's under 3 seconds, something like 2.3 or 2.4. I'll put like a little thing at the bottom saying exactly what it is. But what an insane SUV this is. Absolutely crazy. Alrighty, so SRT, Street and Racing Technology Division of Dodge. This is the racing division of Dodge. They do all their crazy products. The Vipers are part of that trio. There's the Hellcat Durango, all the Hellcat Challengers, all the Hellcat Chargers. There's a TRX that just joined this recently, and obviously you have the Trackhawk, the Trackhawk 392, or not Trackhawk 392, Grand Cherokee 392. So this is all like their crazy like race cars, drag cars. They have the scat packs, or not the scat packs. They have the drag packs and the SRT 392s and the super stocks and Demons. They're all part of the SRT, under the SRT badge. One of the most widely recognized badges ever, especially obviously in the US, because people go absolutely crazy for anything with a Hellcat engine in it, because they're just so bonkers and amazing. But yeah, super cool version of Dodge. Absolutely love it. I believe the first kind of SRTs were the first gen Vipers that were called SRT10s and not Dodge Vipers. They're SRT10 Vipers, which is pretty cool. Also have the SRT10, the Dodge, the pickup truck, the Ram, SRT10 Ram, which is the Viper powered Ram, which is ridiculous. I would love to drive one of those just to see how bonkers that is. But yeah, super cool company. Hopefully they stay. I know that the Hellcat is ending this year, but we will see. We will see. So performance of this ridiculous SUV is powered by a 6.2 supercharged Hemi, making stock 707 horsepower in an SUV. 707. And you guys know this because Challengers are 707, Chargers are 707, the Hellcat Durango is 707, the TRX is 707 or 710 or whatever. But 700 horsepower in a factory SUV / truck cars is ridiculous. Like, let's just do a tiny little pull here. 4,000 RPM. In an SUV. Ridiculous. Okay, so transmission of this absolute beast of an SUV. It's a 8-speed automatic transmission. A bit clunky, but a 8-speed automatic transmission. If it's in like auto mode and comfort mode and eco, whatever, it's fine. It's fine. Track mode obviously gets a little bit track mode. Track mode gets track mode, as in it gets aggressive. But I will put all that at the end of the video with my likes and do not likes. But 8-speed automatic transmission, not too bad. Lots of speeds for different fuel economy in this thing. Anyways, not too bad. All right, on to a little walk around of this beautiful Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. I also love the contrasting yellow brake calipers with that satin black exterior. Super cool. Also have your Trackhawk badge obviously right there. Grand Cherokee supercharged is the word of the day. Absolutely crazy car. Love this satin black. This is a wrapped, I believe it's a wrapped PPF. It's black underneath. Just a wrapped PPF for this black interior or black exterior. Love that quad tipped exhaust. Super cool. Satin black looks so mean on this car. It's just such a mean truck. Like going down the road, it just looks really angry, and that is not a bad thing. Super wide. What a car. I know you guys have probably seen this a million times, but I absolutely love how Dodge shows off their engine bay, that massive supercharger. I believe it's something like a 2.1 or 2.2 liter supercharger. Again, I'll put the proper amount of how big the supercharger is, but the supercharger is bigger in liters than my entire engine and my abarth. I don't know, that's insane to me. I also love how Dodge has their orange painted valve covers, I believe. Very, very cool. Also that big belt, which you can obviously make way bigger to have way more power, and that's where you get that 1,000 horsepower out of these cars. Beautiful engine bay. All right, opening up the interior, you are met with a very nice, just simple leather seats with red seat belts. Super, super nice. Getting in, very nice and simple, regular kind of just Jeep steering wheel with the Trackhawk badge to let you know that you're in. Also, I like how it has Trackhawk embroidered into the seat. That's a super cool feature. There's also all the way around the interior, there's this carbon fiber carbon fiber trim around it. It doesn't look like your usual carbon fiber for some reason. I don't know if it's a double weave or something going all the way around the interior. Very nice infotainment system. This is just a regular Dodge infotainment system. Very easy to use. You have your climate control, the whole bit. Very easy to use. Bottom, you have your launch control, which you guys saw, didn't hear. I'm not going to do one inside, or maybe I will. But I have your launch control button there, and your track sport, snow, and tow, because you can go to the track and you can go and tow stuff the same day if you really wanted to. Beautiful red key, never a bad thing. Yeah, not a bad interior on this thing. Very comfortable. Yeah, can't complain. All right, let's do a startup of this truck. So foot on the brake, push button start. And that 6.2 roars to life. Let's see if we can hear it a little bit. Oh, what a brutal sound. Already on to fuel economy. It's not good. 11 miles per gallon in the city, 17 miles per gallon on the highway for a combined total of 13 miles per gallon. It's also equal to 21.7 liters per 100 kilometers, which makes this, I think, the worst fuel economic car that I've ever reviewed. The Dodge Viper has a fuel economy of 15.3 liters per 100 kilometers. So this is worse than a 8.4 liter Dodge Viper, which is one of the most thirsty cars I've ever driven. And this tops that. So, wow. That's all I have to say. Not good. Onto practicality. I love how this has an electronic boot lid. It's really, really cool. Anyways, 36.3 cubic feet of space here in the back of the Trackhawk. That's almost, actually pretty much double than that MDX Type S that I reviewed. So you can put pretty much anything back here, I guess. If you put the seats down, you can probably sleep in here, no problem. Not too bad. You know what? Let's do a launch. We might as well. Okay, here we go. Apply throttle. Oh my god. That was all the way down. Alrighty, let's talk about what I like about this truck. I love how easy it is to drive. Like, I'm only in auto mode right now and just cruising, and it just feels like your regular, daily driver. It doesn't feel like anything is ridiculously special about this truck. And then obviously, I mean, you put your foot down and yeah, then that happens. I was just bracing there for the impact because I was gonna get smacked in the face. But yeah, like driving regularly, it doesn't feel like anything is crazy going on. Obviously, as you see, you put your foot down and all hell breaks loose. But I just like how easy it is to drive. Like, it doesn't feel like being a big SUV. A lot of SUVs that are big feel like you're in a big car. This doesn't feel like you're in that big of a truck. I mean, I don't know if it's just because I've driven bigger, like actual, like, pickup trucks or something, but it doesn't feel like you're in an overly big SUV, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, considering the size of this car, it feels very usable. Another thing I like, being that it looks like a regular Grand Cherokee, it doesn't draw a lot of attention. A lot of people don't really know what this car is. And I mean, being $100,000 plus cars, a lot of the cars that are $100,000 plus, they stand out like a broken thumb. Like, you have the AMGs and the X5Ms and all that stuff, like, and they stand out really, like, you can really see them. You can see them from a mile away. That car is an M or an AMG car, or the, for example, I mean, a little bit more money, but the RSQ8, SQ5, even though that's not even 100 grand, but whatever. You get the point. This car is subtle. I know I'm saying that as I'm sitting in a supercharged V8, but this car looks subtle on the outside. Obviously, the car guys would know that this is a lot wider and a lot beefier and a lot more aggressive than a regular Grand Cherokee. In fact, my neighbor has a regular Grand Cherokee, and this parked next to it, it doesn't look anything alike. You can definitely tell that something is up with this car in, like, you can just tell that something is up with it. But to the regular person, this doesn't look overly special, which is not a bad thing at all. Like, it might sound like a bad thing, but it doesn't sound like a bad thing at all. It's just, it's tame, especially driving along. It's just tame. Another thing that I like about this truck is that every time you start it, supercharged comes up on the screen to let you know that you are in fact in a supercharged V8 Dodge product. Very cool. Obviously, we have to talk about the elephant in the room. The thing that I love about this car the most is this. Oh, right to 6,000. Holy crap. It's so intoxicating, that noise. You just hear that. Terrible representation, by the way, but oh my god, it just smells like someone's smacking like a big, like, barrel in the back. Bang, bang, insane. Wow. I also love how usable this truck is. I mean, this has really good practicality. I mean, it is a Jeep after all. It has really good practicality. It has very different modes. You can drive this in the snow, not a problem at all. I mean, I don't understand why you wouldn't drive this car in the snow. I think this would be a lot of fun. But it's a very dailyable car. I mean, especially if you have the money for fuel. Not that it has terribly bad fuel economy as I thought it would, but it's a very dailyable car. I can totally see myself just driving around on the daily with this as I have my other summer car, whatever, at home. I don't know, but it's a dailyable car. You can easily drive this every day, any terrain. You want a problem, you can even tow stuff if you really want. I mean, there's an option, not an option. There's a mode it's literally called a tow. Like, it's on the mode selector that you can tow stuff with. I don't really know how much you can tow, but being a V8 and the torque and the 4-wheel drive, I bet you it's actually quite a bit. So it's not too bad overall, and that's what I like about it. Let's talk about what I don't like about this truck. Let's see if we can get a little bit of whining. That was such a bad laugh. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it is such an amazing noise. So intoxicating. Alright, so let's talk about what I don't like about the Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. It has to be the transmission. Every time that I shift gears when I'm in race mode, and yes, I completely understand that it's race mode, but even in automatic mode, this thing kicks like crazy. It feels like I'm in a single clutch. It's like, look at, like, it just, I feel like I'm getting whiplash every single shift. Oh my god, you guys tipped down a little bit. Every single shift is getting, like, it's like getting a hammer, like, smacked at the back of your head. And as fun as that is, I am a massive guy with comfortability, I guess you could say. But you went down again. With being comfortable and being usable, but also having that, like, idea of kind of refinedness. And that's why I love, for example, AMG so much. You guys will probably already know that I'm a massive AMG fan, and those cars are very refined. Like, those double clutch is really refined. This obviously is a double clutch. If it was a double clutch, it would probably be a little bit more refined, but since this is an automatic, it's not as tame.
There are no phones connected. Connect a phone and try again.
That's so funny. That's not even gonna go in the bloopers. That's just gonna be in the regular. But the transmission kicks really, really hard. That's basically what I'm trying to make the point of here. Okay, another thing I don't like is honestly the interior quality. Being a Dodge product, they're kind of known for this. But this is a $100,000 car, right? This squeaks. This too. This is kind of a little bit loose. You know, this kind of. I know I'm being a little bit picky here, but you get the point. Listen, there's a lot of leather to the interior, but the plastic pieces are like super, super, super cheap plastic for some reason. And this is over $100,000 brand new. So, yeah, $100,000 truck with squeaky everything. I don't know, Dodge. I don't know. And the last point that I'm gonna make about this car, I guess I'm gonna break it up into two different points. These paddles, they're connected to the steering wheel, which is great. I love paddles that are actually connected. I mean, I mostly like them when they're on the column, but when they're on the steering wheel, I guess it's never a bad thing. I mean, I guess where else would you put them, right? Anyways, I don't like these ones because they're only half paddles. What I mean by that is that usually you have paddles that you can kind of like shift at the bottom of the steering wheel if you really wanted to, like the bottom of like the middle section, I guess, and it would go through like the entire middle section. But this only goes at the top half, so that means that if you try to change gear, and you press the middle of the steering wheel, it's not going to do anything. You have to press the top, which is a little bit annoying. I would rather have the entire paddle that I can actually hit, but whatever. Also, one other point, the last point that I'm going to make, very last point, is the infotainment system. Again, it's not a bad infotainment system, but exactly what I said in the Viper. It's just for such a high-end car and such a car that, you know, it's kind of like the race bred, the more expensive version. It just doesn't feel like anything. It doesn't really feel like they even try to do anything. Obviously, you have your control setting, and you can do all your different like drive modes and your like you can set up the the launch control and the whole bit. But it's a regular Dodge infotainment screen. I don't know. It'd probably be a little bit more. It'd obviously be more complicated to have it as a whole separate infotainment screen. With the Viper, I really, really wish just for that car that they would make something just completely different that would solidify the Viper's uniqueness. In this car, it's not that abdomen, but it is what it is. Okay, for this Trackhawk, I'm going to give it a rocket rating 5 out of 10 stars. It's just, the transmission in this thing kind of ruins the entire experience. It's not the same. It's just all the little stuff, all the little tiny tweaks with the interior, all the plastic, that's all kind of ruins it for me. The transmission is the one thing that really, really does it for me. And also you have that interior tweak. So this is a over $100,000 truck. And it's just, to me, it's just not acceptable that this is, you know, that way. It is what it is. Anyways, but I'm going to give this a solid 5 out of 10. It's not anywhere near the best, and it's a very enjoyable car, a very alive car to drive. You can definitely feel it has a soul. It's just, there's a little bit of drawbacks with it. Alrighty, let's turn this thing off. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please look at all my other videos on the channel. I've got lots more coming, very interesting cars. This one was definitely a lot of fun. I've always wanted to drive a Hellcat powered vehicle, and this is one way to go, especially one with 850 horsepower. It's not crazy. It's not as crazy as a lot of the builds that I've seen with these engines, but that's quite a bit of power for me, at least. But anyways, thank you very much. As you guys know, this is my passion. I love driving these cars. It doesn't have to be supercars, doesn't have to be crazy 850 horsepower Trackhawks, but just any car is my passion. So I really appreciate you guys coming along on this journey with me. But anyways, thank you very much. Please do all the YouTube stuff. Check out my channel. I think you really like it. Lots more coming on the way for this summer. Very, very cool. But anyways, if you liked it, thank you very much. And as always, have an amazing day.